So we hear a lot about we need to get more students interested in STEM. But I'm here to talk about what do we do as teachers in our high school classroom to promote equity and increase the numbers of underrepresented groups in STEM. So if you're thinking, why do we need to do this? Well, only 13% of engineers are female. Now, back when I was in college, and there were very few females, I thought that by now it'd be a lot better. If you look at Hispanics, that's 11%, African Americans, 9%. So that means combined, African Americans and Hispanics only make up 20% of engineers right now. So I think, why is this? So what I want you to do is close your eyes, think, what do you see when you think of an engineer, a physicist, a scientist? Then look up here. Lots of our students see images like these. Well, quite frankly, I don't see myself up there or anybody that looks like me. And so why would I go into one of these fields? When I took my kids to see Cars, and my daughter was 4, she looked over at me during the movie and she said, "Mommy, where are all the girl cars?" And I thought, whoa. She's making decisions at 4 years old based on the things that she's seeing about what she can do in her life. And that's true for a lot of kids. But I didn't realize it in the same way until my own daughter said it. So I want to know, what can we do to change the images that we have to be more like these people? These are all some of my former students who are engineers and scientists. So I asked them, hey, what can we do? What advice can I offer to you? And they said, these are the things that we can do. 1, we need to recruit students and support them. Number 2, people can be diverse. They can be dancers, cheerleaders, musicians, football players, as we saw today, and still be good in math and science. We need to provide challenges, but at the same time, we need to support our students. We need to encourage that growth mindset that we're hearing a lot about. And we need to design our courses to provide an environment that promotes success for all and not just for some students. Trevon, he said, "Don't forget to tell them how you found me in the hallway after class has already started, dragged me in and made me take your class." And then he got a 5 on the AP Physics exam. Wouldn't have done that had he not been in there. We look for kids in our building. We work as a team. We use AP Potential, but we also talk to each other to find people and encourage them to take the highest level classes that they can, and then support them to help them be more successful. Sarah said I helped her realize, she's a PhD in physics working at the National Lab in Los Alamos. She said I helped her realize that she could be girly and still be in physics. So I told her some stories about my experiences, especially in physics, more so in math, and here's a couple of those stories. One of them, I was at the American Association of Physics Teachers making a presentation about 20 years ago. And I went in the restroom, and a woman came up to me and she said, "You're wearing nail polish." And I said, "Yeah?" And she said, "Women don't wear nail polish at the AAPT meetings if they want to be taken seriously." And I looked at her and I said, "You're wearing nail polish?" And she said, "I know, I'm so excited to meet you." And we've been friends for 20 years. At one of the other meetings for AAPT, I was sitting in the audience and it was a sharing session, and a male teacher got up and he said, "This is a demo I do with my conceptual physics class. The one with all the football players and cheerleaders in it." Well, as a former cheerleader, I was not happy. So I chased him down after the session. I'm sure I was not as intimidating as John Urschel, but I said, "Hey, I was a cheerleader, and I don't know what you're saying, but this is offensive, and I have AP students who are cheerleaders and football players in AP Physics, and I want to know why you don't." I chased him down the hall. He finally escaped to the men's room. But these expectations, we know, impact our students. And so when we have those expectations, a lot of times they see those. Sarah was in an on-level geometry class until her teacher encouraged her to come in. Daniel says we need to care about our kids and help them. That as an immigrant, a lot of his parents didn't know how to help him, but his teachers helped him and encouraged him. Emily said, it's really more fun and exciting when we work on something that's difficult and succeed in that than when we succeed in something that we know everybody can do. So I encourage students to do that. Whew, okay. We need to expose students to real-world data, collect data with them, show them real-world problems, because as Gustavo says, the real world is all we have, and there's no solution manual out there. Amrita said we need to support our students and allow them to make mistakes, which is what we keep hearing. But if that's what we believe, then we need to create a classroom that does that. So we allow test corrections no matter what. If a student makes a 95, they can still get extra credit and come in and learn the things that they didn't learn, okay? They don't have to know it all the first time, and we encourage that all the time. Sophia says we need to encourage a growth mindset, that a lot of students think some people get it, and they have it. They don't realize all the hard work that goes in to those students being able to really understand it and how much thinking and all that stuff that they do. And so as we keep hearing, we need to encourage that growth mindset. We did design our courses for success. Now, this is on my board in my classroom all year long for AP Physics. You only need to get about 60% right to get a 5 on the AP Physics exam, and about 50% right to get a 4. So why should I create my tests where students have to get 90 or 80% right? Okay, I make my tests out of 120, sometimes 140 points to allow them to make mistakes. Then they come in and correct and learn how to do the things that they didn't know how to do before. It encourages them that it's okay that they don't know everything, that they come back and learn it, and I give them incentives to come back and do that. Finally, we need to encourage students to work together. Our leadership team at our school talked to our faculty and said, create a seating chart like Ms. Antino does. Put students in groups together. Don't let them choose their own seats, because we know that they're going to segregate by race, by socioeconomic level, and by the people that they know. We have a moral obligation to move kids around and help them get to know each other. And when they do, they said, we didn't want to change groups at the end. We made new friends. By the end of the year, we felt like it was a family. These are the choices that we make in our classrooms that can impact a lot of these students. Some of them have come back and said, I'm not feeling this in other classrooms, so this is what we need to do. We can't control everything, but we as classroom teachers can design our classes and use our influence to help level the field in STEM. So let's go out, change the world, bring more kids in. Thank you.